You walk through a doorway and it hits you like a punch. I've been here, right now, before. Same angle, same light, same feeling. Deja vu is scary because it feels like certainty, not imagination. But what if it's just a label error, your brain stamping memory onto a brand new moment? Today we'll break the illusion into real mechanisms: timing, attention, pattern matching, and the memory circuits that can misfire. Deja vu is a false familiarity state. You feel strong recognition, but you can't retrieve a real episode that explains it. It's not a message from the future. It's the brain's recognition system firing without a matching source memory. That mismatch is why people describe it as eerie, because your mind trusts familiarity as evidence, yet it cannot produce the when, where file. Memory has two different experiences. Recollection gives details. The people, the order of events, what happened next. Familiarity is fast and vague, known, but no context. Deja vu is typically familiarity without recollection. That split is the core phenomenon. Your brain says, yes, but your conscious search says, no, and the conflict feels like reality glitching. One realistic explanation is a tiny timing duplication. If a scene is processed twice within a very short window, the second pass can feel like recognition of the first, creating already seen with no older memory involved. This can happen without you noticing any first pass. The brain doesn't announce processing steps. It only delivers a final feeling, and the feeling can be wrong. Picture this. You enter a hotel corridor while thinking about something else. Your eyes register the corridor weakly, but your attention is elsewhere. 2 seconds later you look up fully and take it in. Now the recognition system matches the faint trace you just encoded. You didn't feel the first encoding, so the second view arrives with impossible familiarity. That can produce a strong déjà vu hit. Déjà vu often spikes in places built from repeating templates: corridors, stairwells, classrooms, offices. The brain compresses scenes into geometry, angles, distances, lighting gradients. If a new place matches an old template closely enough, familiarity fires even if the exact episode can't be recalled. The result is close enough recognition, with missing source details, classic déjà vu texture. Sometimes there is a source, but it's tiny. A glance at a similar room in a video, a background image online, a quick moment years ago. The brain detects the match, but you can't retrieve the source because it was never encoded as a strong episode. Déjà vu can be unlocatable familiarity, real pattern overlap, but no accessible memory trail. The hippocampus helps bind this place plus these people plus this time into a retrievable episode. If familiarity signals occur without a clean hippocampal index, you get certainty without context. That's why déjà vu feels like a memory that refuses to show its origin. The index is missing or weak, while the recognition stamp is loud, so the mind experiences a paradox. Déjà vu is clinically interesting because intense, repetitive déjà vu can appear in some temporal lobe seizure conditions. That doesn't mean everyday déjà vu equals a seizure. It means the temporal lobe network can generate powerful familiarity signals when activated abnormally. Studying those cases helps map the circuitry. Which regions can create "I've lived this," even when the person knows it's irrational. Your brain runs two parallel judgments: is this new? And is this familiar? Normally they agree. Déjà vu may be the brief moment they disagree. Novelty says new, familiarity says known. That contradiction feels urgent because the brain treats misclassification as a high priority error. You feel a shock because your perception system is arguing with itself, not because reality is broken. Many people report more déjà vu in teens and young adults and less with age. A plausible reason is exposure. Younger years involve more novelty and rapid template building. More new scenes create more opportunities for near matches and encoding, attention slips. With routine, fewer new templates are formed, and the system may produce fewer false familiarity events. When you're tired or stressed, attention becomes unstable. Encoding becomes noisy, weak traces, missed details, incomplete episodes. That increases the chance of a mismatch. You register something faintly, then recognize it strongly. Déjà vu can be a subjective sign of an out-of-sync brain, like audio with a slight echo. The content is real, but the timing and labeling are imperfect. The brain constantly predicts what comes next. If your predictions match reality unusually well for a few seconds, same turn, same timing, same sequence, your mind can feel pre-scripted, as if you've already watched the scene. That, "I knew it" sensation can blend with familiarity, producing déjà vu. It's not prophecy, it's a high-confidence prediction plus a labeling confusion. Try to keep déjà vu alive and it collapses. That's a clue. It's a transient state error, not a message. As soon as you focus, the brain updates labels. This is now, and you properly encode the episode. Once the present becomes a stable memory in formation, the false familiarity dissolves. The illusion hates sustained attention. Déjà vu isn't a detailed false memory. False memory contains invented content and narrative confidence. Déjà vu is usually, "I know this," without story detail. That's why it's valuable for science. It isolates the familiarity system from recollection. You can study the recognition stamp without the contamination of a fully constructed fictional episode. Some people report déjà vu after vivid dreams. A dream can create a loose template, lighting, room geometry, a voice cadence, without creating a precise episodic anchor. Later, when a real situation matches the template, familiarity spikes. You're not remembering the future, you're matching present input to a fuzzy internal pattern that came from imagination. The brain doesn't care where templates originate, only whether they match. Déjà vu doesn't just feel familiar, it feels meaningful. That's because the mind monitors its own certainty. When certainty arrives without evidence, the system flags it as strange. This metacognitive alarm creates the emotional punch. You feel something is wrong with reality. In truth, it's the mind noticing its own labeling error in real time. Occasional déjà vu is common. Consider a medical conversation if it becomes frequent and disruptive, or if it comes with confusion, intense fear, blank spells, memory gaps, or unusual smells, tastes. Those additions matter because they can indicate neurological involvement rather than normal recognition noise. The goal isn't panic, it's pattern awareness, especially if your baseline suddenly changes. When déjà vu hits, don't chase it like a clue. Do a quick reality grounding. Name 3 objects you see, notice one sound, feel your feet on the floor. This forces attention into stable encoding and reduces the mismatch. You're basically telling the brain, "This is happening now, store it properly." The feeling often fades faster when you anchor perception deliberately. Déjà vu is the most convincing illusion your brain can produce because it uses the same stamp you trust for real memories. The present gets mislabeled as past, and certainty arrives without evidence. Next time it happens, notice which mechanism fits: fatigue, distraction, a familiar layout, or prediction. Comment your strongest déjà vu scenario, travel, school, or home, and subscribe to World of Mysteries.